This is Eyewitness News This Morning.
All right, good morning. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us here on the first show of 2025. I'm Caitlin Nuclo. Lots to talk about, but first we want to get right over to meteorologist Jill Gilardi for a check on that first alert forecast. Hey, good morning, Jill. We're seeing some improvements. I know It wasn't so nice when I was driving in this morning, but much better story now.
Yes, it has indeed gotten better, but it's about to get worse in terms of the wind. As we get into this evening, and especially tomorrow, there could be some gusts across the state. They get into that 45 to 55 mile per hour range. So we're going to prepare for that potential for power outages and down limbs tomorrow, and why we declared it a first alert weather day. But today, yeah, it's a little gloomy, but still a little bit of light, a little bit. In Old Saybrook, we're seeing right now. It's worse as you get up into Middletown with the fog. Yeah, not the greatest of views at this point in time. So a little dreary right now, visibility kind of wavering across the state, so just be cautious of that if you are going to be traveling here any time now. So a little bit of drizzle possible, otherwise steady rain is over and done with. And what we'll be tracking today is a variety of temperatures to start, with the winds kind of all over the place. Coming in from a northerly direction, you're colder, 37 Torrington. Coming up from the south and west, well, you're in the 40s, mid-40s, down to the south and east. And we're all headed for the upper 40s and some low 50s, a mostly cloudy kind of day. 45 for the high in Litchfield, about 49 in Windsor. All these numbers above average. Normal high is 37 degrees. So we're getting spoiled still as we start off the new month and year. Highs even by the lower 50-degree range down towards the shoreline. So looking good out there. But we're going to talk about when those winds are going to be ramping up, and also when that colder weather is going to be returning, and even a hint of snow. It's all coming up a little bit later, but we're going to send it back to Caitlin for an update on traffic.
All right, Jill, thanks. Yeah, the crash that we were following in New Britain, you can see that camera is still in the bottom left-hand side of your screen there. Well, that has cleared. So we were tracking a crash in Rocky Hill, New Haven, and New Britain. And in the last hour, all of those have been cleared. Emergency crews made really quick work of that. We're working to learn if anyone was hurt in any of those crashes. But elsewhere in the state, you can see that traffic is really light, and we're looking good out there. We'll keep you posted if any new crashes come into the First Alert Traffic Center. That's your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. All right, some breaking news in New Orleans this morning, where at least 10 people are dead in what police are calling a mass casualty event. Police say a car slammed through a crowd on Bourbon Street this morning. Witnesses say they saw the driver get out and then started firing a gun. Police returned fire. At least 30 others were hurt as well. This is a developing situation down south. We're, of course, going to keep you updated as we learn more throughout the morning. All right, we're following some developing news in Hartford this morning. Police there investigating how a man who was shot ended up at the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. Your reporter, Marcy Jones, live outside of the hospital with more this morning. So, Marcy, this caused quite a scene.
It definitely did. The incident not only prompted an investigation, Caitlin, it also prompted a department within CCMC to go into lockdown just for a brief period of time. Now police are trying to piece together exactly what led up to this disturbing event. According to Hartford police, just before 7:30 Tuesday night, officers were called to Connecticut Children's Medical Center for reports of a gunshot wound victim. Officers say the victim, a male in his 20s, was alert and conscious. However, police say he did not provide any information useful to their investigation. A representative for CCMC says that the emergency department was put into lockdown for a brief period while police responded. The lockdown has since ended. Right now, it has not yet been determined exactly where that gunfire came from. As soon as we get any more confirmed information from police, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. Your reporter in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Some developing news now in East Hartford to get to. That's where police say they responded to the Citgo on Burnside Avenue earlier this morning. We're hitting the phones, trying to learn what happened here and what they were investigating. Of course, we'll keep you updated. We'll bring you that new information here on the air and on the Channel 3 app as soon as we have it. All right, now this morning, 95 North back open after a crash in New Haven. State police say only one car was involved and that troopers were on the scene testing for DUIs. Right now, we don't know if anyone was arrested. No one was hurt, and we're told police are still investigating. Well, now this morning, a person is fighting for their life after a crash on Route 2 in Glastonbury. DOT says it happened right past exit 11 about 9:30 last night. That's when state police say a car drove off the road, hit a tree, and the driver had to be taken to the hospital via LifeStar. We're working to learn more about their condition this morning. We do know that state police are investigating. Also this morning, police are investigating a shooting at a high school. They tell us a person was shot in the chest at Central High in Bridgeport about 7 o'clock last night. First responders took the victim to the hospital, and we're working to learn more about the condition and the investigation this morning. To Groton now, where police are investigating after an officer was hit by an alleged drunk driver going the wrong way. Police tell us the suspect was on her phone and driving in the wrong direction when she rammed into the officer's cruiser. Police arrested 25-year-old Kara Porter of Waterford after she failed a field sobriety test. We're told her breath samples were more than twice the legal limit. The officer is expected to be okay. Well, this morning, suspects are still on the run after a local bakery was robbed. It happened yesterday in the Wintonberry Mall in Bloomfield.
They threw tables through the windows over here, shattered a bunch of glass, broke through the doors, went back here and seemed to almost have a party, it seemed like.
Wow, well, the thieves got away with 3 cash registers. Police still trying to track them down. In Manchester, an adult and 2 kids are recovering after falling through ice into a pond. First responders were called to the scene yesterday. They were able to pull everyone out safely. No one was seriously hurt. Manchester's fire chief reminding everyone to keep safety in mind this time of year. And several first responders had to go to the hospital as well. Everyone is expected to be okay. Well, many new laws going into effect today here in Connecticut, including the minimum wage, which is increasing 66 cents now to $16.35 an hour. All businesses with at least 25 employees are now required to give employees at least 40 hours of sick time per year as well. And there are also some new laws about marijuana. A simplification makes it so that hemp products with THC can now only be sold to people 21 and older. And beverages with THC can only be sold in places where marijuana is sold. You can find a full list of all the new laws going into effect today on our website. All right, let's take a quick look at what's open today. If you have to head out, Whole Foods, Target, Walmart, all open, as well as most grocery stores and malls, Lowe's and Home Depot as well. If you need to hit the pharmacy, swing by CVS. Check your local branches, though, for holiday hours. Costco and Sam's Club will be closed today, as well as Aldi and Trader Joe's, Walgreens and Rite Aid. Mail is not delivered, and in-person banking is closed, and you cannot buy alcohol today. Well, some bombshell allegations against one of rap's biggest stars and Taylor Swift's big year. Just a few of this year's major entertainment stories. Channel 3's Dan Ubakis has more on a look back on this year in entertainment.
Shock waves reverberated through the entertainment industry when Sean Diddy Combs was arrested and indicted on racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation for purposes of prostitution. More than 100 people have stepped forward accusing the rapper of inappropriate sexual conduct, and many also filed civil suits. Combs has pleaded not guilty. His trial is set for May.
This has been the most extraordinary experience of my entire life.
Taylor Swift's 5-continent Eras tour wrapped up in Vancouver after 149 performances. The singer canceled her Vienna shows in August because of threats of terrorism. Several people were arrested. Swift became the most streamed artist in a single day after her double album, Tortured Poets Department, broke the record for the most streamed album in a single day.
This ain't Texas.
Beyonce went country. The Grammy Award winner released her Cowboy Carter album in March. The Golden Globes kicked off award season in January. Poor Things won for Best Musical or Comedy Motion Picture. Oppenheimer was named Best Drama Film. At the Oscars, Oppenheimer walked away with 7 awards, including Best Movie, Director, Actor, Supporting Actor, Score, and Technical Awards.
We wanted to make such a good first impression.
2024 was another big year for movies. The animated film Inside Out 2 was the highest grossing movie, surpassing $1.6 billion at the worldwide box office.
Hi, Peanut.
While Deadpool and Wolverine followed with $1.34 billion. TV fans were treated to the Emmy Awards twice in 2024 after the broadcast was delayed because of the Hollywood strikes. Shogun, Hacks, and The Bear were big winners. Miley Cyrus's Flowers claimed Record of the Year at the 66 Grammy Awards. Taylor Swift's Midnights won Album of the Year, and Billie Eilish won a Grammy for Song of the Year. Victoria Monet was named Best New Artist. Stereophonic won Best Play, while The Outsiders snagged the award for Best Musical at the 77th Tony Awards. The death of Liam Payne stunned music fans around the world. The former One Direction singer fell from a third-floor hotel balcony in Argentina. The top-rated CBS daytime drama The Young and the Restless aired its 13,000th episode in November. Those are some of the year's top entertainment stories. Danya Backus, CBS News.